everyone and welcome back to Chesopedia. So in today's video, we are going to be analyzing the chess game played between Viswanathan Anand and Boris Gelfand. This game was played in the year 2012 at Moscow, where this game was played in a World Championship match. So friends, without any further delay, let's check out this game. Anand was playing with the white pieces and started the game with d4. Gelfand responded with the move knight to f6. Anand played c4 and g6. Here Anand played the move f3, which is known as the king's Indian defense anti-groom variation. Here Gelfand played the move c5. Now instead of c5, he could force the Benoni setup after bishop to g7, and after Anand would have played e4, now c5, and white could play here knight to e2, and it would be a fair game. But after c5, Anand played the move d5, and now after d6, he played e4, and now we see that white's pawn structure looks pretty nice. It's very solid. As you can see, it's a very solid chain, which is very hard to break. And here black plays the move bishop g7, and now he puts his bishop to a very strong diagonal. Knight to e2 was played in the game. Now instead of knight to e2, knight c3 could have been played, and after castle, bishop to g5, which is the most usual Benoni setup over here. But in the game was played knight to e2, whereafter Gelfand Boris castled. Here Anand played the move knight e2 c3, which is a bit unusual move, but the idea of this move is pretty nice and considerable. Here white's plan could be to play knight a3 via c2 and thereafter e3 in the future, or to play bishop e3 and knight to d2, which is also very interesting line. But in the game was played knight e2 c3 with the plan of this, and now here Gelfand played the move knight to h5, which is like a novelty. Here this is not played pretty much, only 1 or 2 games have been played with this line, so that means it's a novelty. Here the natural move could be the move e6, which is played by most of the people, whereafter Anand could have responded with bishop g5, and after, let's say, h6, this bishop e3, and let's say black takes cd, ed and cd, and now here it's a fair game, and black could have go with the attack on the queen side, whereas white could have planned something like that on the king side, or probably on the queen side as well. So in the game was played knight h5. Now here black's plan could also be to play the move e6. Now after played e6, not only the threat is ed5, but also black wants to play the move queen h4, which is threatening the king, and after g3, knight takes g3 could have come, and black could have been better in that position. So here that's because Anand played the move bishop to g5, stopping the idea of e6. Now here bishop to f6 was played in the game. Now this move can be nice, but it looks bad too, strategically saying. I think this move is not great, because let's say white will take, which was played in the game, and after knight f6, we see that these squares are now feeling alone. Now these squares have no protection for themselves, and white could plan attack via h4 and h5, but that wasn't played in the game. Here after bishop to f6, there was also a very interesting option for white, which was just to play bishop e3. Now this move looks a bit awkward, just going with the bishop and then going back to e3, but it has a very nice threat. Now after you play bishop e3, don't you think that black's pieces look a bit awkward? Knight, which is safely placed on f6, now is on corner and can be simply attacked by g4 later on, and the bishop looks pretty awkward, also stopping the queen's diagonal later on. But in the game was played bishop takes f6, and here Gelfand took with the e pawn. Now knight takes f6 is the most common move, and after here white could play the move queen to d2, and here after e5 there is counter play for both sides, as in black can attack over this side and white can also attack over this side. So in the game was played e takes f6, and here also has Anand played queen to d2. Here Another possible line for Anand which he could play is g4, but I guess this is a little bit risky because of sometimes after knight f4 like h4, and then sometimes could be some threat for the king as it is now open as the pawns are not moved here. So this could be but played, but Anand wanted to play pretty safely and thus he played queen e2. Here Gelfand played the move f5, trying to open this diagonal for his queen, and also he tries to open this file so that this rook can attack over here. And the game was played e takes f5, and here Gelfand took with the bishop. And now here instead of bishop takes f5, rook e8 was also a controllable option, but I don't think it is great because they are in queen h4, now it attacks the king, but after you give the check, just white can just save his king on d1, and it's not actually castled, it's basically safe with all of his two knights and his queen and also his bishop. I think it's pretty safe game. And after bishop takes f5, g4 would have been occurred without any delay and white could have won the game pretty easily. But in the game bishop takes f5 happened, and now also without hesitation Anand played the move g4 at the right moment. Here, yeah, as said, rook e8 is not really great because just king can go into safety with king d1 and now the piece is still falling. But in the game rook e8 check was played, which I think is a little bit of inaccuracy, and now the white king is safe probably. And here Gelfand went for a tactic. He went for bishop takes on b1. Now rook takes on b1 was played, pretty obvious, and here he, going for his tactic, played the move queen to f6, which is a blunder. It's a very big tactical error which loses by force. Black should have played, and which he had to play, was knight to f6, just retreating without any delay. And after king to c2, white's plan is bishop d3 and push on the king's side, and the rook could come from b1 to g1 and there would be a very nasty attack. Also, instead of this, knight to g7 could also have been played by Gelfand, but here again h4 and the same attack of h5 and opening the rook's file. The queen is also lined up, so that's basically dead for black. But in the game he played queen f6, making a tactical error, and here just Anand took g takes h5. Now you might think, wow, g takes h5, it's just simply seeing that queen takes f3 is just forking, but you just take on g takes h5. That was a plan for Gelfand to take this rook via this check on this pawn, but he took so. But here Anand played just simply king to c2, and here it's very interesting. Queen to h1 was played, and here I would like you to pause the video and try to find the white's next amazing move, after which black is just completely lost. Ready? So here we go. Queen to f2, and now what's happening? It's a very silent move, but it's a killer move. The queen is actually trapped. Here goes the bishop d3 and bishop h3, and the queen is actually trapped. There is no square for the queen anywhere on the whole board. Here black could try knight a6, sometimes like giving a check like a bishop d3 the night before, and it's basically saving the black's queen, but just play simply a3 and the queen is again trapped. Nothing for black now. He could try rook e3, but then just queen e3 and white is just up so much in material. But after queen to f2, could also try knight to c6, which I guess is the best move. But here also just d takes c6, nothing to worry, queen takes c6, and anyone could win in this position pretty easily because of the fact that his squares, as said earlier, it is very weak right now, and white, this square basically, this is totally weak, and white can just post his knight over here. The bishop can also go help him. h6 also, queen f6, everything is coming in the air, and this is also resignable. So after queen to f2, Gelfand resigned in this position. So, what an amazing game by Anand. We actually learned a lot of things seeing this beautiful game of Anand. Firstly, we saw that the bishop to f6 was a kind of dubious move, which just first of all weakened all his dark squares, and also after bishop f6, ef6 for a while just weakened his pawn structure as well. Another point was here when Anand could just play g4 over here. He could have played this, but he waited for the best moment to play the move g4. Thus he played the move queen d2. So that also teaches us that we should wait for the perfect moment to defend or attack. Here g4 was also a possibility, which is also not that bad, but Anand waited for the best move over here, then he played the move g4, and now this was fought as well as the king was able to save, and in the last the queen was trapped on h1, which was pretty surprising. So friends, this was the beautiful game by Anand. I hope you liked the game and learned some new ideas to trending on army. If you like the video, please give it a like and share it with your chess friends and family. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to it and press the notification bell to receive all the notifications and to never miss out any updates. That was all for today guys. Share your views in the comment section below and we'll be back soon with a new video. Till then, bye.